Tic-tac, tic-tac, le compte à rebours pour le lancement officiel du CHAN 2020 au Cameroun marque jour J-3. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est le 13h bilingue qui vous ouvre ses portes. Good afternoon, Regina.
Bon après-midi, Rebelle Charlie. So coming up in the next 30 minutes. As the socio-political crisis continues to take a toll on the economy of the Northwest region, with the Treasury coffers virtually in the red, government has allocated 48 billion francs CFA for the development of that part of the country for 2021. The state budget has been officially launched in the regional capital, Bamenda, with calls for those who matter to put a stop to the atrocities in the region plus.
Immigration clandestine, une sonnette d'alarme est tirée par les ex-migrants rapatriés du Maghreb et autres pays. L'objectif est de sensibiliser les jeunes Camerounais sur les risques auxquels expose cette aventure de tous les dangers.
Once more, thank you so much for joining us in this edition of the news. We begin this newscast on a diplomatic note where the new Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Belarus is receiving his exequatur as we speak. The ceremony is being presided over by the Littoral Regional Governor Samuel Ivaha Dibwa. Our reporter Kejang Henry Atembe is live for us at the Governor's office. Hello, Kejang Henry. They will be providing us with a report from the governor's office as our technicians try so hard to bring that report live from us at the governor's office. We shall now take you to talk about how human rights defenders have called on friendly nations to intervene to stop the atrocities ongoing in the armed conflict in the northwest and southwest regions of the country. The calls were made after the first days of 2021 were characterized by disturbing scenes of violence in the two regions. This report. We are having technical difficulties bringing that report to you. I was just announcing that the first few days of 2021 have been characterized by scenes of violence in the northern and southwest regions of Cameroon. And for that reason, some human rights actors have called on friendly nations to intervene and help stop the bloodshed in the northwest and southwest regions of the country. This report. We are having some real technical issues there, difficulty connecting with you, our beloved audience. And maybe I would like to turn to you, Robert Chalitok. You have some elements?
Oui, Regina Leke, poursuivons dans la même lancée en parlant de la Sanaga maritime où les ex-migrants sensibilisent les jeunes sur le danger de l'immigration clandestine rapatriés dans leur pays d'origine pour des diverses raisons liées à leur situation irrégulière. Ces ex-migrants venus du Maghreb et d'autres pays d'Afrique ont décidé de parler à leurs jeunes frères. Les jeunes de la Sanaga maritime et du Vouri étaient réunis autour de ces ex-migrants dans le cadre d'un colloque qui s'est déroulé dans l'arrondissement de la Dibamba, d'où revient notre envoyé spécial Christian Bock pour cet élément.
Revenus de leurs aventures difficiles, les anciens migrants clandestins ont décidé de sensibiliser leurs congénères ici au centre de vie de la Dibamba. Les jeunes de la Sanaga maritime et ceux du Vouri ont écouté les témoignages émouvants des Victimes de l'immigration clandestine, aidée par l'Organisation internationale des migrants, OIM.
Mais paradis de Sémé, côté Nigeria, arrivé à Sémé, côté Bénin, les rebelles avaient coupé le haut. Ils étaient vers Gao et en bas c'était les militaires. Donc on nous arrête là. On dit non, nous sommes les Maliens. On dit bon, prison, vous êtes des rebelles. Vous allez renforcer les rebelles. Ma tête chauffe d'abord.
Au-delà des témoignages, des reportages vidéo ont édifié aussi ces jeunes.
Plus de 15 000 migrants sont arrivés sur ces îles espagnoles depuis le début de l'année. Amarrés au quai, les épaves des pateras, des embarcations de bois précaires sur lesquelles ils bravent l'océan Atlantique pour atteindre la porte sud de l'Europe.
Dans le cadre de cette sensibilisation, un passeport, un visa et des moyens pour vivre dans le pays hôte sont les outils indispensables que les organisateurs ont demandé à toute personne de disposer lorsqu'elle souhaite quitter le Cameroun.
Un environnement où, quand on décide de migrer, qu'on prenne des bonnes résolutions avant de partir. Il n'est pas question ici de dire aux usagers de ne pas voyager, aux compatriotes de ne pas voyager, mais il est plutôt question de leur demander s'ils veulent voyager, de voyager dans de meilleures conditions en allant vers les chancelleries des pays où ils souhaitent s'y rendre pour prendre des renseignements sûrs.
Au sortir de cette rencontre, des opportunités qu'offre le Cameroun via certains programmes logés dans les ministères qui promeut l'auto-emploi ont été présentés par les organisateurs à ces jeunes.
Parlons maintenant diplomatie. Igor Kolesnikov est le nouveau consul de la Biélorussie au Cameroun. Ce jour, il y reçoit son exéquature des mains du gouverneur de la région du littoral, Samuel Dieudonné Adibora. La cérémonie s'est déroulée dans les services du gouverneur où se trouve Junior Hussein Stéphane Binac pour les détails.
Bon après-midi Robert Charitok, bon après-midi Regina Leke. En ce moment se déroule dans cette salle des banquets, vous l'avez dit tout à l'heure, la cérémonie de remise de l'exéquature au nouveau consul de la Biélorussie au Cameroun et dans la région du littoral, cérémonie présidée par le gouverneur de la région du littoral, l'autorisation qui lui est donnée justement au nouveau consul, lui permettra désormais de veiller aux intérêts privés et commerciaux des nationaux de son pays vivant au Cameroun. Entre autres, il faudrait rappeler que cette autre remise officielle de l'exéquature permet de solidifier la relation entre le Cameroun et la Biélorussie. Ici donc, dans cette salle des banquets à Bonanjo, dans les services du gouverneur, Junior Hussein, Henri Kedjan et Stéphane Binac du Canal international.
Merci Junior Hussein. Parlons maintenant de développement local, soucieux du développement de Ngoro dans l'arrondissement du Mbam et Kim, région du centre. Le chef supérieur de la localité a convoqué autour de lui des fils et filles du village. Objectif, planifier le développement de cette contrée, une initiative bien accueillie des populations décidées d'améliorer leur environnement. Mireille Libao, Marcel Libao et Espoir Anissebaya pour les précisions.
C'est une réponse massive des populations de Goro dans le département du Mbam-et-Kim à l'appel lancé par le chef supérieur de cet arrondissement. En proie au sous-développement, manque d'eau, d'électricité, de routes, d'infrastructures scolaires et hospitalières, l'autorité traditionnelle a réuni tous les acteurs de sa localité pour élaborer un plan de développement durable.
Nous avons une feuille de route assez fournie, nous avons une feuille de route assez abondante et nous n'avons pas le temps. Donc nous allons passer immédiatement dans les jours à venir à la vitesse supérieure et nous comptons pour cela sur la solidarité, sur la bonne volonté de tous les enfants de Ngoro.
Exhortés à rehausser l'image de l'arrondissement de Ngoro dans une ambiance bon enfant, les fils et filles de ce terroir saluent l'initiative du chef et s'engagent à lutter main dans la main pour l'expansion de cette cité.
Force, il faut ainsi dire, c'était d'y croire. D'y croire parce que, de par nos expériences par ailleurs, nous avons vu comment il était possible pour les populations de se mettre autour d'un projet. Le problème, c'était surtout le discours. Un discours fédérateur et un discours également qui incitait à la participation.
And without talk diplomacy, because our technicians have indicated the report is now, we can now connect to Kejang Henry Atembe, who is live for us at the governor's office of the Littoral region, where the new honorary consul general of the Republic of Belarus is currently receiving his exequatur. If you can hear me, hello, Kejang Henry Atembe.
Dr. Igor Kolesnikov will be receiving his exequatur as the honorary consul of the Republic of Belarus to Douala. And this is ceremonies taking place at the Littoral Governor's office, and just behind me is the banquet hall that is hosting the ceremony. And of course, members of the diplomatic representation accredited to Douala and other consular services are here as guests. Dr. Igor Kolesnikov is a surgeon and the first honorary consul of Belarus to Douala. Cameroon and the Republic of Belarus is presently on diplomatic terms. The worthy of note is that Belarus is not having, or Cameroon has not got any diplomatic representation in Belarus. So this is the first of its kind that is taking place at the Littoral region. Kejang Henry Atembe News, and of course, Stefan Bina for Canal International.
Human rights defenders have called on friendly nations to intervene in Cameroon and stop the bloodshed in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Now, the call comes after a disturbing start of 2021 characterized by scenes of violence and bloodshed in the northwest and southwest regions of the country. This report.
January 6, 2021, Momo SDO convoy comes under attack in Jikwa. 5 military men dead, including 1 civilian. 48 hours later, heavily armed men attack a police control post in Matizem, northwest region of Cameroon. Death toll, 5 military officers and 1 civilian. Similar scenes of violence in a Kondo Titi. And then came Mautu, a small locality in the Moyoka subdivision. 8 civilians gunned down on Sunday, provoking an outrage. Signs the crisis is far from over and it's now time for a true peace process.
The events of January alone, the first 10 days of January, have shown that we are far from attaining peace. And it is time to start an inclusive peace process to end Cameroon's worsening separatist conflict.
Women who have been crusading for peace say they are tired and are calling on both parties to exercise restraint.
We said enough is enough. How enough will be the enough killings which are going on? Look at what happened in Bengri. Look at what happened in Matazem. Look at what happened in Kondo Titi. Look at what happened in Tinto. And look at what just happened in Mauto. Is that what we really want?
Social critics have called on the international community to go beyond condemnation to taking concrete actions, appreciating the recent decision of the U.S. Senate.
The United States Senate resolution of January 1, 2021 is a step in the right direction because they've gone beyond only condemning to proposing sanctions.
The Center for Human Rights and Democracy in Africa earlier condemned in strong terms the surge in violence in the first days of 2021. The NGO headed by Barrister Felix Agonkongo has equally called on the government to take its responsibility to protect its citizens.
Now, the Littoral region will this 2021 function on a budget of slightly 82.2 billion francs CFA. The state budget for the year was officially launched yesterday by the Littoral Regional Governor Samuel Ivahadibor. Our reporter Gladys Ambodibang was there and brought back this report.
Out of the 4,865.2 billion francs CFA state budget for Cameroon this 2021, the Littoral region's share of 82.2 billion francs CFA has been launched. 58 billion francs from the amount will be used for investments and 24 billion CFA francs as functional budget. The ceremony at the governor's office, chaired by Littoral's chief executive, took place this January 12, 2021 in the presence of stakeholders of some ministries and experts.
You realize there are so many innovations in the new fiscal year. The suppression of some some bottlenecks in the fiscal administration. For example, they are suspending the use of physical receipts. Now, revenue has to be collected through the banks. I think that is a very good innovation that will help our country to collect more revenue because we are in need of this revenue.
Priority areas include agriculture and livestock, energy, road and other sectors aimed at stimulating the economy, which has been badly affected by the health pandemic and the socio-political crisis.
Said we want to encourage the production of local, production. We don't want to depend on importing. I think that too is a very good innovation.
Innovations this 2021 are also geared at rationalizing special accounts, enhancing discipline and fighting custom fraud, amongst others.
They just created the regional council, and so it's one of the areas that the government is laying more emphasis, or country is laying emphasis on decentralization, taking the administration to the people.
Mayors have, however, been reminded of the dangers of misappropriating funds allocated for development projects.
As the crisis in the Northwest region continues to have a toll on the economy of the region, the government has allocated the sum of 48 billion francs CFA, which will help in the realization of major projects for the region. The state budget for 2021 was officially launched yesterday under the auspices of the Northwest Regional Governor, which calls for all those who matter to do everything possible to put a stop to the ongoing bloodshed in the region. This report with you, Morinzi.
The construction of the Bamenda-Babaju Road, the continuation of the Ring Road, and the reconstruction of the Northwest region are some of the reasons for 48 billion francs CFA to be allocated the Northwest region for 2021. This represents 10% of the national budget and a 7% increase compared to last year. It has been launched in Bamenda on Tuesday, January 12.
The 2021 state budget has come to restructure and incite local businesses and local production.
The few mayors have been saluted for their resilience, which contributed to a 56% realization of last year's budget in the face of the raging socio-political crisis.
Look at our resilient mayor of Bamenda 3, the resilient mayor of the SOCIETE Council, the resilient mayor of Campbell. This means these are the first three councils in the public investment budget execution in the Northwest region.
Stakeholders complaints of empty treasury coffers caused by closure of some frontier customs posts, leading to armed groups now collecting taxes, and above all, the Northwest being an economically sinister region, though the demands are enormous.
The budget execution in this part of the country will be marked by the implementation of the COVID-19 pandemic response plan with its socio-economic repercussion.
Many have called on the powers that be to end the crisis so that most finance, Minepart and MIMAP staff taking refuge in Bamenda can go back to work.
And over in the southwest region of the country, actors involved in the realization of the 2021 state budget have been urged to shun the ghost town phenomenon and respect the finance law governing the execution of the over 56 billion francs CFA budget that has been allocated to the southwest region. Our reporter Ines Ondwambala was at the official launch of the state budget for 2021. She brought back this report.
The 2021 budget of the Southwest region, which stands at 56 billion francs CFA against 23 billion francs CFA last year 2020, has this year witnessed an increase of over 32 billion francs CFA. The budget has as a priority to finance developmental projects aimed at improving on the living conditions of the population.
You know, the state has many challenges. In 2020, we had the COVID, that's the context in which we are launching. We had COVID. We have infrastructural projects that are still going on, electricity projects and others. And these, the putting in place of regional councils come to add to the challenges that the government has. Our message for launching is to get stakeholders to do what it takes to reduce, to cut public expenditure, excesses in spending. And the state basket is one. So there's no particular resource meant for a particular challenge. So we are encouraging stakeholders in our presentations to do everything to streamline the payroll of the state, to streamline excess expenditure and safeguard resources so that the state can better accompany all these procedures.
Launching the budget in Boya, Southwest Governor Benau Kaliabilai called on actors in the execution chain of the public investment budget, plus economic operators, to scrupulously respect the law governing execution and management of public investment budget in Cameroon.
There is no specific budget for the region, but they are credit, transfer credit, and credit for the local services. As I know, the representative of the Central Administration of Finance is there. There is no budget for the council. Specific budget, international budget, with transfer competencies and transfer credit.
Benau Kaliabilai equally called on local actors in the public investment budget to shun the ghost town phenomenon in order to enable the government to fully execute the budget. Regional Chief of Services in the Southwest region were called upon to redouble effort in order to step up the execution rate of the public investment budget, which stands at 95.47% in 2020.
The Yaoundé City Mayor has given very firm instructions for all makeshift structures along different streets in the nation's capital to be removed days ahead of the Chan competition. Council police have embarked on the removal of these structures with the objective of giving the town a facelift before the Chan 2020. This report with you, Beatrice Ngamo.
Yaoundé, the capital city of Cameroon, has begun her clear-off campaign ahead of the African Nations Championship Chan. Roadside sheds, stands, tables, all carted away by the trucks of the Yaoundé Council police officials as the surprise owners watch on. So too, small attachments in front of buildings, especially those without authorization, also marked with the demolition warning X, meaning they are to be brought down or council machines go to work. Even here, where some small sellers decided to leave the roadway, footpaths and place planks over the gutters, their new marketplace also received the demolition X sign. No one needs to explain. It is in line with moves to clear and clean our streets of unattractive kiosks, sheds, stands so that the town looks attractive and enticing to visitors who are ready in the city for the upcoming Chan. Good and saluted gest, which to some necessary at this point in time, but disturbing to others who says their business will suffer, meaning they will suffer during this period of the African Nations Championship, for their business will be at hold. Some even question why it is being done only now when strangers are coming, for we are to be in order all the time. Mbalatu neighborhood, and after the Batalonkak area, the different neighborhoods in town will sure be visited by the council police officials, whose only mission is to ensure the roadways, footpaths are cleared. A good picture of the town to host the 2020 Chan, that is to begin on Saturday, January the 16th, and will run till February the 7th, 2021.
Restons dans le Chan 2020. La liste des joueurs camerounais sélectionnés pour la 6e édition du Chan est disponible depuis quelques heures. Elle a été rendue publique par l'entraîneur, le sélectionneur des A-Prime, Martin Tungoupilé, que cache ce long retard. Quels sont les 23 joueurs plus 10 retenus pour celui qui doit conduire le navire Cameroun à Lions Indomptables A-Prime vers le sacre au soir du 7 février 2021. Élément de réponse dans ce reportage signé Marc Chouamon.
Après avoir joué à cache-cache avec la liste définitive des joueurs, Martin Tungoupilé abat finalement ses cartes. Le sélectionneur des Lions A' a retenu 23 joueurs plus 10 réservistes, comme l'a prévu la CAF, pour conquérir le trophée de la 6e édition du CHAN, exploit jamais réalisé par le Cameroun. Sans retard dans l'officialisation de la liste, alors qu'elle était déjà à la CAF depuis 4 jours, révèle le peu de certitude, mais surtout le manque de sérénité dans la tanière. Logique au regard de la préparation catastrophique. L'expérimenté technicien a retenu 3 gardiens de but, Achoké Rido, Epanel Etizi et Junior Dandé. 8 défenseurs, Salomon Banga, Aurélien Etamé, Junior Ndedi, Fils Penda, Basile Yamkam, Steve Kenny, Serge Andoulo et Hassana Mamoudou. 8 milieux de terrain, Félix Oukine, Fabrice Onana, Thierry Tuente, Joël Kofana, Ako Assomo, Junior Mani, Alfred Meyong et le jeune Junior Fédé. Seulement 4 attaquants, Yannick Ndjeng, Jacques Zoua, Brian Soga et Wilfried Bouguin. La Palme d'Or revient au Coton Sport de Garoua qui positionne 5 joueurs. Devant la surprise du chef, AS Futuro de Yaoundé, club de 4e division, et ses 3 briscards avec comme tête de file le capitaine Jacques Zoua. De cet effectif, seuls 2 joueurs ont déjà disputé un CHAN. Il s'agit de Serge Andoulo et de Junior Fédé. Exit les Samuel Land, Bawak Eta ou encore le meilleur buteur, Boyomo. Comme disait José Mourinho, à défaut d'un chien pour la chasse, on y va avec un chat. Tungum Pilé a choisi. Et quand le vin est tiré, il faut le boire. Lyon A', supprenez-nous.
Espérons que le chat fera preuve de patriotisme. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est avec cet élément de sport que nous formons ce journal tout en vous souhaitant un très bel après-midi. N'oublions pas que chaque jour de notre vie est un feuillet de notre histoire que nous écrivons. Bon après-midi, Regina.
Bon après-midi, Robert Charlie Talk, and thank you to all our viewers for having taken the rendezvous. Goodbye and God bless.